When I received a small inheritance from a distant relative, I knew exactly what I wanted to do: travel. I had always dreamed of visiting Norway, a country known for its stunning natural beauty and progressive social policies. As someone living with a physical disability in America, I was curious to experience a different way of life. My budget was tight, and my health often unpredictable. But the call of adventure was too strong to resist. In the US, every day felt like a battle against a system designed to keep me down. Healthcare was a constant worry, public transportation was often inaccessible, and social attitudes ranged from indifference to outright hostility. I yearned for a place where I could simply exist without the constant stress of navigating a world that seemed determined to exclude me. Norway, with its reputation for inclusivity and social support, seemed like the perfect antidote to the anxieties of my American life. From the moment I landed in Oslo, I was struck by the stark differences between Norway and the United States. Even the street food vendors seemed to prioritize health and freshness, a far cry from the greasy offerings back home. I indulged in fresh berries and smoked salmon, a luxury I could rarely afford in the US. Even a visit to the dentist, something that filled me with dread back home, was a surprisingly pleasant experience. Navigating Norway's public transportation system was a revelation. Buses and trains were equipped with ramps and spacious areas for wheelchairs, making travel seamless and dignified. The affordability of public transport was astonishing compared to the US, where reliance on a car often strained my already limited budget. For the first time in years, I felt a sense of freedom and independence as I explored the city and its surroundings. One unexpected consequence of Norway's accessible infrastructure was the ability to walk more than I ever could in the US. Benches and rest areas were plentiful, allowing me to manage my energy levels without worry. I strolled through parks, hiked along scenic trails, and explored charming towns, all at my own pace. The freedom of movement, so often denied to me in the US, was exhilarating. For once I felt like my disability didn't define my limitations. Before my trip, I had braced myself for the high cost of living in Norway. To my surprise, many things were surprisingly affordable, especially considering the high quality. Groceries, while not cheap, seemed reasonably priced, and I was impressed by the availability of fresh produce and healthy options. While I knew Norway had higher taxes, I saw firsthand how those taxes translated into tangible benefits for everyone. I was particularly struck by the lack of visible homelessness, a stark contrast to the pervasive poverty in many American cities. My most profound experience in Norway occurred when I needed unexpected medical attention. I had twisted my ankle while exploring a park and was taken to a local hospital. As I was wheeled into the examination room, I was overcome with a familiar wave of anxiety, bracing myself for the bureaucratic nightmare and exorbitant costs I had come to expect from the American healthcare system. To my astonishment, the entire experience was the opposite of what I had feared. The staff treated me with kindness and respect, taking the time to listen to my concerns and explain the treatment plan in detail. The hospital itself was clean and modern, with a focus on patient comfort that I had never encountered before. But the biggest shock came when I received the bill, or rather, the lack thereof. The entire visit, including x-rays and pain medication, was covered by Norway's universal healthcare system. The kindness I experienced extended beyond the hospital walls. Throughout my travels, I was met with warmth and acceptance. People were patient and understanding, offering help without being asked and engaging in conversations with genuine interest. For the first time in my life, I felt truly seen and valued, not defined by my disability or judged by my economic status. My 3 weeks in Norway were transformative, a stark reminder of what is possible when a society prioritizes the well-being of all its members. As I boarded the plane back to the US, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was leaving a piece of myself behind. I carried with me a renewed sense of hope, a vision for a more just and equitable future, and a longing to return to the place where I had finally found peace.